On my far left here is our quarterback, number 14, Trey Oglesby. Next to me here, this small gentleman is number 70. He's our defensive back corner. That's a joke, right? Jake White plays offensive line. On my far right is Tomas Colson, number 2, plays DB, and Elijah Green's number 5, plays linebacker and fullback for us. Opening statement. First and foremost, that was a heck of a football game. Give 100% credit to the Monett Cubs. They went out and made the plays to win the football game. Very well coached, first-class team, and I think that's one of the things that is unique about this experience, having come down here. Now this is my 3rd time, is just the character of the kids on the field on both sides. Really epitomizes what character and sport is all about. And give all credit to Coach Jewell and the Monett Cubs. They did a really good job today. At the same time, I'm extremely proud of our football team and our football program. 14-1 is hard to do, and very humbled to be the head football coach at Maryville.
Coach, what makes this such a special group of guys you have here?
These captains, these 4 guys, they were selected by our team at the end of the summer program. I can't say enough about that they're good football players. Obviously when you watch them in the stats and the all the stuff that the media follows, they're great athletes. Okay, but what makes them the most special is the character and what's inside. I've been around all 4 of these guys for 4 years, and watching them mature and become men is one of the most rewarding things to being a head football coach. And these guys really, just make the mark very high for what young people today can be, because in our school and in our community, these 4 guys are loved, and they do a great job loving back. They're unbelievable people, and they've got unbelievable families, and just extremely proud of the people that they've turned into.
Coach, kind of talk about the entire senior class as a whole. You kind of talk about those 4 right there, but just kind of talk about what the senior class has done.
Yeah, the senior class, it's, forget wins and losses, but everything I've said about these 4 guys, I feel about all of our seniors. There's 22 of them, and they're just a good group. In Maryville, you grow up playing football together, you play basketball together, baseball, you grow up together, and as a community. And we're obviously hurting today because of the loss, but this senior class is look at the wins and look at the records of what they've done. They haven't lost a home game. They've everything they've done. They've just the only 3 losses they've had have been in 2 in the quarterfinals and 1 in the state championship. And it's when you look back at when you're old and 40 and like myself and being an alumnus from Maryville High School, when they're my age, they'll look back and be remembered for being a dominant football program and a football team. And they're just one of the best statements we have is our goal is to be a great teammate. And that's what you can do as a senior, and that our seniors are very good teammates to each other.
Trey, you've kind of been under center and with these guys, kind of leading them the whole way. Just talk about kind of what's going through your mind right now.
Right now, it's disappointing. You didn't want to lose the state championship, but it's kind of weird that it's all over. All my buddies up here and the rest of my senior classmates won't touch the football field again. Most of us. Some will go to bigger and better things, but Coach touched on when we got in our huddle that don't let this define you. One loss doesn't define you, and certainly we're just in high school. So go out, do better things. Even if we win the state championship, you lose the state championship, don't let that be the best moment of your life. So we'll just continue to be best buds all the way through, and we have a future ahead of us, so it's not the end of the world.
Elijah, how tough was it against that run defense?
It was good. Their defense was very, very good. At the beginning of the game, trap was open, and then there's big credits to their coaching staff. They fixed that right off the bat, and it made it a little bit more difficult for the fullbacks to get in action.
Matt, what were some things defensively? It seemed like they got a little bit tougher in the second half. What were some things that they did that maybe gave you guys a little bit of trouble on offense the second half?
When we were on offense?
Yeah.
I think they did a good job of really getting off the field. Obviously, we've really credited ourselves, and the turnover margin was the biggest. It's the biggest statistic. That defines wins and losses. Today we were behind that mark, so they got a couple takeaways. I think offensively, though, you look at the numbers we put up, and I'd be amiss and I'd say what a great job and how blessed I am to have unbelievable assistant coaches. And that was a real chess match today, and just listening to our offensive coaches talk and moving in and out, and one thing would work, and then that opened up something else, and they did a good job making adjustments. It was back and forth, and that's a credit to their coaching staff, but our offensive coach did a good job. I think they took away some gaps inside, and then made us bounce some stuff, and couldn't get verticals much. But I think the second half, probably the turnover margin is the number one thing that pops out at me.
Coach Reed, all surprised by some of their fourth down decisions, maybe their fake punt there before the second half, or is that just kind of what you do in the state title?
Well, I think we've been able to win two, since I've been here back-to-back in 12 and 13, and our mindset going in was in these types of games, you don't feel your way into it, you attack, and you leave it all on the field, and I think they did the same thing. So as far as being surprised, I don't know that I was surprised. I was glad that we covered. Our fake punt didn't work, but then we stopped theirs, and we had some opportunities. We left some plays on the field that that I thought we could have converted it. Obviously like an opening drive or some things that they came up with some big stops, but I don't know necessarily surprised. I was the unique formation they got us with there, and in the end, you give credit because we've got some very unique 2-point plays and some things we do too as the season goes on, and they executed it. And the young man caught a ball and really turned into a huge play for them there at the end of the going in towards away from the scoreboard.
Obviously, a lot of what Monett does is centered around Michael Branch. It seemed like you guys did a good job corralling him today. Were you satisfied with how your defense played against him?
I think we stopped the run well. I haven't looked at any statistics yet, but I feel like we stopped the run well. He's a load to bring down. He's very physical, and he's just a good player.
Got one more question. Coach, how frustrating was that sequence in the fourth where you guys had the bad snap, then you had a chance to get the ball in midfield, and both midfield did push it back? Yeah,
it's frustrating. It's one of those things that obviously you don't want that to happen, but it's one of those things. I can't say enough. Officiating is a difficult job, and we've been through some interpretations this year that some turn out good and some turn out bad, and then every time a flag's thrown, there's always one side that's happy and one side that's not, and even when it's not thrown. So officiating is a very difficult job, and I have a lot of respect for the officiating crew. But the biggest remark I would say is that there's been some talk this week after we won our semifinal about it's just Maryville, and I don't think that's fair to do, because Maryville has a lot more to offer than just a 15 and 14-1 football team. And it's a history of success in football. That our community is unbelievable, and I'd be amiss to not put together some stuff and realize that over 85% of MHS students participate in extracurricular activities. There's over 100 FFA members. Placement rate for career tech kids is 89% compared to the Missouri average of 69%. 85% of our graduates seek post-secondary education. Many local businesses, owners, and former spoof hounds, which create a huge community support. And 73% of our schools